Hi guys, so today I'll be trying out this sweet new little set that Diamond Press brought to HSN. They did send this item free of charge from our review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. And this one, it's the Happy Hearts, and I believe it's all dies, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. So of course, I'm pair these up on a card. A lot of times I like to cut heart shapes from felt, and these are definitely the kind that you could do that with. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But look at all the different layering. Oh my goodness. Love a hearts design. Oh, these look like little tarts. I don't know why that reminds me of it, just because of the beautiful lattice work on that. And then you pair it up with maybe one of the stitched hearts. We have the different scalloped hearts, and then you can layer those all with different stitched hearts. And then it says combine with arrows, or combine arrows, sorry, with desired heart die cuts. So you have the little arrows in here. This beautiful pattern here with like the florals, and look at that. Oh, so lovely. And this one's a nice delicate kind of frame type of heart. The words love, you, and hugs, and this cute little like decorative element. Little leaves, skeleton leaves, the background leaves you can pair up also with the flowers. Oh my goodness, and they're showing that you can just kind of put those together like this. Of course, you want to put them all together maybe on the side of a heart or something that's really pretty. Oh my gosh, so much to do with this. So, I mean, basically, whatever your creativity comes up with. So really pretty. Let me give you some measurements, and so you have somewhat of an idea about how big they are. And then we'll start playing around here. So I would say this one's like 3.5 inches tall. Maybe 3 3/4 inches wide. The layering hearts start, about 3 inches, I would say, on the largest one, down to about 1 inch and 3/8 or so on the smaller. I mean, that's approximate. With the little arrows, again, like this little decorative element. It's almost 4 inches wide there, about 1.5 inches tall. Then the scalloped heart, the largest one, is almost 3.5, a little smaller than that. And then this guy is just about 1.5 inches. And then again, all these beautiful, I mean, the words are even nice and big. Hugs, about 2.5 inches or so. Leaves and everything. So what I'm going to do is just grab some papers and we'll try some of them out. So, before I get too far, I do want to make mention, and I say this in every video and I forgot to mention at the beginning, especially since this is all dies. These dies will go through any machine that you have that cut thin metal dies. All thin metal dies are pretty much interchangeable within companies, as long as the machine cuts thin metal dies, it'll work. Or thin metal dies you have can go in the marquee also. I'm going to do a little background before we get started. I'm just grabbing the flutter stencil. Sorry, I just want to see which one. Ooh, this one. Okay. And then, like I said, the stencil area, again, this is a new set that Diamond Press brought to HSN, is about 8.5, like the actual stenciling area, by 5 1/4 or so. So what I'm going to do is cut this paper down. And there's just some nice heavyweight cardstock, and I'm going to use that to emboss. So I'm going to do 5 1/4 tall. No, wait, let's see, 5 1/4, yeah. Tall. And I'm just going to leave the paper the way it is right now. But basically, we're going to trim that down in a minute. And for this, you will need a larger die cutting machine. But what I'm going to do is just place this on here. And I am going to run this through my die cutting machine to get the impression, right? So you can use stencils as like an embossing folder. So basically just like that, top to bottom, just kind of eyeballing that since there's a little extra. And do I have a machine here big enough to show you? So generally what you do with this is that you have the rubber mat, whatever your machine has that has the embossing ability, whatever the rubber mat is, put that, your paper, then the stencil, and then whatever it is that you need to finish your sandwich with, and run it through your machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I just ran that through. Oh, well, I brought this up with it. But it gives really soft emboss there. So pretty. And actually this little piece here came from something that's on here. Yeah. I was gonna say, this looks weird. It's a little piece was still on here. So yeah, just make sure your stencil is all cleared out. But we're going to cover that up anyway. This is just a little background I was making, so let's get rid of that. But okay, so all I'm going to do with this, I'm going to cut it down just to make 2 card backgrounds. So I did it all at once. All I'm going to do is cut it to 4 inches wide on both of them. So just cut off 4 inches and then 4 inches. Now we're back. Little 1/2 inch strips. So now we have 5 1/4 by 4 inch matte layers, and I'll bring out some A2 cards in just a minute. And so now I'll just move on with some die cutting. Let's do this little tart one. That looks really cute. And then also maybe just like a layered up one. Like this guy, maybe with like the little arrows. And we'll go from there. I did bring out some scraps of paper, so we'll start off with the smaller one because the tart one's a little bit bigger. And so let's do this guy. Just really classic. Out of this red paper, I'll cut the larger stitch heart. And then the scallop that goes with it, if I can get it from the scrap. Yep, right there. And maybe the word hugs from some gold paper. So I'll just find some gold accent paper and I'll roll that through. And we want the little arrows. And I'll cut these out of black paper just so they really pop. So I'll cut these two from black paper. And I will be right back. Hey guys, so I did grab some card bases in the meantime. We have some pieces here. And I'll just pop this on here and make a simple card. Hopefully this glue is ready to go. Yes. The only time I don't expect it's going to work, it works. And then when I say, hey, it might not work, it's working. Alright. Always put your little cap on. And again, we have that beautiful, just soft background. Like I said, it didn't matter if that little piece got in there because I'm going to cover it up anyway. That little area. And we have some hearts. Look at the little stitch on that. How cute. And I'm just going to make this one just really sweet. You know, a nice quick card. Let's see here. Yeah. And then we'll try one of the little tart ones. And then I'll show you what I was talking about felt. A lot of times with these kinds of dies, you can cut felt really easily with them. Now, I'm just going to keep it flat. But I would love to pop it up. Oops, sorry guys. And then just, you know, very standard. Everything kind of in the center here. We have our little arrows. Arrow bits. Come on out. Come on out, buddy. Here we go. And then we have the word hugs here. Oh, the H is separate from the Uggs. Okay, so we have that. And this little guy. Oh, I love it. And then we can put our little arrows in here. Oh, let's go this way, yeah? I suppose it doesn't matter, but I feel like the arrow, I like it pointing up. And if you wanted to pop up this whole heart, I would stick everything on there and then, you know, put dimensionals on the back. And it'd be no problem because the whole lettering stays on there. It's not like hanging off the edge or anything that you need to worry about. Very cute, quick, adorable card. And let's see. I'm just going to put a little something on here. Little something. I think that looks good. Just kind of eyeballing where I should put that. Yeah, looks good. And then for the little tart one, I'm just going to run the hearts through again. I believe it's the same heart we had. I just used the stitch one. We'll see. Just a really sweet heart, sweetheart card with that beautiful embossing in the background. Really cute. And then for this guy, and I'll grab some felt just to show you how you can cut felt. It's very easy. Yeah, something like this. So we have our background already. I'll just glue that down to my card base. Again, A2 size card base. That's why I cut this to 5 1/4 by 4. I usually do 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, whatever you like. But that just looks really nice. I'll glue that down. And then I will grab some paper and I'll run both of these guys through. And all I was going to see is just about what size we need for this. Yeah, so it's the larger stitch heart and then a little guy. I suppose if you want to layer up even this, like with a smaller one, you can do that and it'll have 2 different colors showing through in the background, you know, whatever it is you want to do. And we'll do the word love. Yeah. And I will be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these out from some colors that I think coordinate nicely. That cut. Look at that. And I am using an older folder just to show you guys that, you know, they get warped and things happen. And I just cut on this side, I cut on this side, I flip it over, I cut on this side, I cut on this side. I mean, just keep flipping it and using them. They're good for, I would say, hundreds, at least hundreds of cuts, if not more. Okay, I'll be right back. And sorry, I have that background glued down. Look how cute. Put that in the back there. And I just went with a different kind of colorway, something unexpected. And I'll put a little glue on the back of this. Just very little, and some here and there, just to hold it down. And I'll put this on here. I'll go ahead and put the lettering on, just kind of like I talked about earlier. And then we'll pop this up just to have a little dimension. Why not? And it's right on the little stitch lines, really cute. Okay, put a little crooked, but it looks the same from the front, right? And our little love. So again, I'll just glue this down like I did earlier. Put a little glue and get that down. And then I'll put some dimensionals on the back of my heart, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'll just have some dimensionals on that guy. And I mean, why don't we do it this way? Why not? A little unexpected, a little different colorway, a little different kind of perspective there too. So 2 really sweet cards, I mean, made in record time, right? Let me grab some felt and we'll cut that and I'll be right back. Bright colors, okay. With these, you want more solid kind of things. Like this might be a little too intricate, even though it might cut it. It will cut it. It just might fall apart because it's felt, you know. So I am still going to go ahead and just cut maybe some of these guys. I'll just cut the smaller one just so you have an idea what that looks like. So let's cut both of these guys. And depending on the felt that you use, if you use really stiff felt, sometimes you can just cut it by running it through. Sometimes you need the metal shim to make it work. So we'll try it both ways. Just another idea, and you'll kind of have that in your repertoire there. So let's say we're gonna go this bright pink. You can see that stuff is like stiff, it's not even moving, and the way it sounds like crunchy when you cut it. And then we'll see if we need the metal shim. So I'll run it one way, then I'll run it back the other, just because it is felt, it's a little different material. And we'll see if that cut through. Yep. What I was saying about metal shim, let me see if I can right in front of me here, is these guys. And you can find them on My Diamond Press if they have them in stock right now. But basically, you can just, as you can see, I've cut tons of like bows that are felt, all these different things. It helps you cut acetate too. So if you can grab some of those, if you have the marquee, that's great. If not, you might have another die cutting system that does have a metal shim. But generally, it's the pressure of the machine that cuts felt. It's not really necessary to have the metal shim. But there we go. So let me cut the other one out of the red and I'll be right back, guys. So there's that guy again. Ran it one way, ran it back the other way. And now we have these little guys, and you can do some stitching. Oh, you can even follow maybe the lines there, or just glue it together, hot glue it, put a little something so you can use like a little dangly kind of ornament, pop a little hole in it with your hole punch, you know, put a little tag on that side or whatever, a little twine. Just I want to show you a different way of using basically things like this. I mean, you make appliques, right? Just, like I said, I would go with more of the solid shapes. You can definitely try the more intricate shapes. It just depends on how intricate it is, if the felt will hold up with it. But yeah, so there's just another little idea. Thank you so much, Diamond Press, for sending these items for review. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see y'all at the next one. Bye now.